You're looking at rare video taken by drug smugglers as they pull a truck with a homemade ramp on it to the U.S. border fence. Then another truck drives right over the top. The entire operation takes just 1 minute, and as much as a ton of drugs can pass into the United States.
This is an opponent that is very hard to stop.
Terry Goddard is Arizona's Attorney General.
What we know about the cartels is that they are very sophisticated. Their intelligence is instantaneous.
Goddard is constantly amazed at the new ways cartels come up with to move drugs. They build those ramp trucks to defeat the border fence, use night vision goggles and spotters to work under the cover of night, and even clone vehicles like this school bus to pack full of drugs. Their technology is state-of-the-art, often better than what is used on the U.S. side.
They use communications that are so well encrypted that law enforcement, even if they should intercept them, have a very difficult time understanding what it is that's being communicated among the various cartel agents.
The great lengths taken by smugglers to move drugs into the country and the difficulties of policing the busy southern border underscore a hard reality the government doesn't like to say publicly. Despite spending billions on enforcement and seeing a dramatic rise in drug seizures, smuggling on the border cannot be stopped entirely.
We are fighting a war of extraordinary proportions in terms of the volume of drugs of all kinds that is overwhelming even the enhanced efforts that are on the border today.
Goddard admits there is little he or other officials can do to put smugglers completely out of business.
It's probably futile to simply say, well, we're going to harden the border and we'll make sure nothing moves, because for every fence of a certain height, there's a ladder or another a device for getting over it or under it or around it or even through it, which is going to be very hard to monitor every single inch of something as vast as 2,000 miles of border.
Illegal traffic across our borders can be stopped. I know it can be stopped because I've done it.
Dave Stoddard is a retired Border Patrol agent who still lives on the border. While riding with him, we came across a small section of fence that had been cut by a blowtorch.
This was done by a drug smuggler. The laborers common laborers or someone coming up to get a job or join a family wouldn't go through all this trouble. They would just go out further east and come across the fence, or else they'd climb across the top of this.
He doesn't believe federal, local, or state authorities are doing everything they can.
It's not politically correct for the President of the United States or our political leaders to actually enact a program to seal the borders between ports of entry.
More than 1 million pounds of marijuana was seized along the Arizona border this year. Still, the price of marijuana here has actually dropped. Proof, Goddard says, that what was seized is just a drop in the bucket and is having a minimal impact on the cartels.
I'd love to see a doubling or tripling of the price on the street. Then I'll know that we've disrupted the operations.
Goddard says he would like to change the focus of our attack on smugglers.
Without the movement of money illegally and across the border, all these other crimes would not be taking place. These are not people that are doing it because they love the work. They're not passionate because this is something that somehow is spiritually satisfying. They are highly compensated. And if we could disrupt and ultimately stop the flow of funds to the cartels in Mexico, we would do more, I think, than any other single action to stop the violence and stop the illegal activity.
And he has now moved to do that, filing charges against hundreds of smugglers in several major busts over the past year, and promises more to come. Rich Matthews, The Associated Press, Naco, Arizona.